You don't know what you don't know. They go out, they play hard, they continue to chip away and found a way to win that ball game.
They have 8 players on the roster. Duke does, either freshman or sophomore. Aziaha James misses her first shot. And this is what Duke likes to do. Push the ball up. Their coaches concerned with the transition offense of their opponents. Kennedy Brown, that's a little unusual. Doesn't score a lot of points, about 7 per game.
Well, I think if you're Kara Lawson, you certainly want to challenge River Baldwin right away. See how mobile she is. Get Kennedy Brown some touches.
And there is the starting 5. All 5 of these players that you're looking at were the only 5 players that returned for Wes Moore's squad. They were picked 8th. Baldwin, such experience for this team, coming into her own now in her final year of eligibility. Brown pops again from outside, this time with the miss. 12-5 on the year. Played a very good non-conference schedule. Some of the best mid-majors in the country, including teams like South Carolina, Stanford. Shot clock getting very skinny now. James has not shot well from 3 in her last few games. Passes up to 3 for the 2.
So her ability to score, to keep the defense honest, and do just that on the defensive rotation.
Very, very good player. There's the Duke starting lineup. Saniya Rivers, the Boston College transfer, running the point, and Jaden Donovan, a very highly regarded freshman out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, has been in their starting lineup pretty much all season. Amy Collins going to the line. Boy, she's really picked up her game, particularly in ACC play.
And her stops throughout her college career, and she has been consistent. She's been effective.
Jaden Donovan committed the foul that sent Collins to the line. Kennedy Brown coming out shooting. Second in scoring behind James on the season. Collins, offensive board, got it in. 18 points and 6 rebounds. And they're lost at Miami, and there's an offensive foul call. The team has won 3 straight and 7 of their last 8. And check that. That foul was on Delaney Thomas, pardon me, not on Brown. Her first. Now Rivers, good help from Kennedy Brown. Found!
They share the basketball. You can't focus on a scouting report on just 1 or 2 players.
Reagan Richardson's foul put her on the line, and there you see the last 8 games. And Kennedy Brown has taken every one of Duke's 4 shots from the floor. And there is another moving. Duke has turned the ball over 3 times in the last 2 minutes. And again, Kennedy Brown is the only one who's taken a shot from the floor. That's a good sign for Aziaha. Now Duke trying to counter, open look. First person not named Kennedy Brown to take a shot for Duke. Now some pressure from Duke. Rivers brings the ball up. Inside, nice look to Baldwin from James. Duke trying to stop the bleeding, but they turned it over yet again. Rivers not passing this time and rolled it in. Kara Lawson has elected not to take a timeout during this 11-0 run.
Well, remember in their last matchup against Virginia Tech did the same thing. They jumped out on them early. Now that was a home ball game as opposed to on a road in this tough environment for a young team.
Exactly what they need. But they won the game. Good work and a good result.
Just so impressed with the patience and the poise offensively for the Wolfpack, making the right reads, and there's an answer for Kennedy Brown. And that's a good thing about this Duke Blue Devil team. I mean, they're an elite defensive team. They keep themselves in ball games because of that.
Zoe Brooks is into the game. She had been starting the 3 games that River Baldwin did not. There's Zoe with the goggles. Shot clock winding down. James, perfect. Second 3 of the game. Gets the lead up to 11. Inside, Thomas gets her on this and then got fouled on her way. Thomas gets the ball. Women's basketball coming your way on this Sunday. Rivers, so nifty with the ball. Turn around, well short. And now Duke off to the races with the Kanawha. Draws the foul inside. He's been coming off the bench so far. And one of the players that Carolina.
You know what you're going to get from Alucci Kanawha from an energy standpoint.
A lot. James draws the foul, taking the three. Cable got her out there. James is 70%. Got 10 points and has another free. And is 2 for 2 today. Fade away, ticks off the rim for Emsbo. And now NC State can take the last shot of the quarter. Rivers slashing, good help defense there by Cable to draw the charge.
Well, Emma Cable gets the position. Saniya Rivers looks like she tried to split it, though.
Oh my, another Duke turnover, the 8th of the quarter. Kanawha took steps. And now with 2.4 seconds left, James inbounds. There's Brooks, the talented freshman. Launches. NC State takes a 10-point lead after 1 quarter of play. One of the all-time favorites here in the building, Pam Ward and Stephanie White, joining you. Duke trailing by 10 after 1 quarter of play. Duke coming in off a big win against Virginia Tech, and State trying to bounce back from a loss at Miami. Wes Moore with a lot of credit to Katie Meyer and her squad in her first trip. It's on Louisville at 7 Eastern, then we'll go to Blacksburg for Virginia Tech in Boston College. Duke. Reagan Richardson, boy, she's been quiet. We talked about her in the open. That's her first shot.
When you think about for Duke, they're going to have to get consistent production from their wings. Ashlyn Jackson and Reagan Richardson certainly have the ability to score from the wing position. The more consistent they are, the more consistent this Blue Devil ball club is.
Had not even attempted a shot, in the first quarter. Zoe Brooks taking on 3 different Duke players, and she charged.
Don't over-penetrate.
Cable has drawn a couple of charges this afternoon for the Blue Devils. Now Richardson. Good defense by Richardson, but James kept her dribble alive. Now Donovan on the go. All the way, off glass, yes! Count it!
Well, we're seeing this young lady just scratch the surface of her abilities and what she's going to be here at Duke.
Hayden Donovan called for her second foul. That's big for Duke. NC State has only scored 1 point in this quarter. Baldwin got it in. Baldwin's first game back.
Best pass available.
Mayer with the miss. Baldwin comes up with the rebound. Rivers got the very high in front.
She got fouled too.
Slicing through and leaving it short for Kanawha. Saniya Rivers didn't get a lot of playing time. Transferred up to NC State. She has a couple of fouls. River coming back from the ankle injury. Sits down. Lizzie Williamson, a 6'5" grad center from Australia. And Southern Utah, number 15, checks in for the Pack. Lizzie makes a play. He's on a 6-0 run. Duke has not scored in almost 4 minutes. And they have turned the ball over now 11 times.
Nice pass.
James cutting to the basket. And the shot is there.
Their bench. In the games that they have struggled, they've had very limited production.
And they were as limited as it gets.
They certainly were.
Against Miami, they had 0 bench points in that loss on Thursday night. Now they have 2. That's to Steele's bucket. Collins back. Best bench scored, 11 points per game, was starting for River Baldwin.
She has gotten a number of starts. You mentioned for River Baldwin, for Saniya Rivers when she was out with the back injury as well. But having production from the bench and consistency in the rotation is critical when you talk about postseason. And there's another foul. It looks like it was clean up top, but might have caught it with the body.
And all of the unanimous first-team All-Ivy League performer. Good defense that time. Ensbo came out on Rivers. Collins missed from 3. As we go inside 2 minutes.
And the ball's not moving quite as well for NC State as it was early in the first quarter. A little stagnant. Multiple players are not touching the ball in a single possession. It's 1 or 2 and then a quick shot.
Duke has missed its last 7 shots from the floor. Ball behind by 13. Thomas with head fake, and there's NC State has outscored Duke 11-10 in this very low scoring second quarter. They got to do something. Oh boy, Collins couldn't handle it, but recovered very nicely. Tipped. Aziaha James trying to beat Jackson to the bucket and does so. Steele in the bucket. This is the biggest lead of the game for the Pack. So NC State finishing on a nice run. Duke missed 8 of its last 9 shots. With the win at Virginia Tech, they've won 3 in a row and 7 of 8.
Well, the best transition defense is offensive execution, and Duke has not done a good enough job offensively of forcing NC State to guard multiple possessions and taking care of the basketball.
NC State, James trying to pick up where she left off in that first half. She had 11 of those 13 in the first quarter. Went almost 11 minutes in the first half and scored 6 points. This in the last 3 games with a bad ankle. I saw her come out on the floor and she looked over to Maddie Smith, the terrific sports information director, and said, "Hey, I'm playing." She's all excited.
So excited, and as was Wes Moore, I'm sure, to have River Baldwin back on the floor. And more than just her numbers, her presence, offensively, defensively, her experience on the floor is so important for this NC State ball club.
Draws a lot of charges, but 15 all the year, 5 of them alone. In the 3 quarters she played against Florida State before she got hurt.
And she's just got good defensive instincts, gets herself in good position. She might not block a lot of shots, but she certainly does a good job of being a presence and taking charges.
Ashlyn Jackson has not scored. She averages 10 per game and now over 5 from the floor for Duke.
And it's important for Duke to have production from Reagan Richardson and Ashlyn Jackson on the wing. In the games where they have been successful, those two have been double-figure scorers. And what a move by Aziaha James.
Kennedy Brown, shot put. Rivers with her head up. And this time, that shot, as Madison Hayes was open for a split second. That is a great look. Mayer gets it inside
through the net, allows them to do what they do best, and that's bring that full court pressure. So expect the full court pressure after every make.
That was a big foul because River Baldwin now has 3. And so far, Wes Moore has not made a move to replace her. And that's a palm. There's 5 today. 5 turnovers for Rivers. Here come the Pack. James looks left.
Go get her. Yes, go right away when Kennedy Brown was in the paint.
And she directed Baldwin to come over and set a screen. Baldwin, very aggressive. And with the 3 fouls, Collins, great second and third effort. Check got 2 fouls now on Aziaha James. Kennedy Brown left open and nails it. Baldwin as it roll off the rim. James throws it in after Madison.
They look back to see where she might be facilitated, and then she does a great job of getting to the rim.
Third foul on Reagan Richardson. So on the right, Nikki West and Brittany Morris. Also among the assistants for Wes Moore. Taylor Jones back as a graduate manager.
Did all the little things, versatility.
Seconds left to shoot after the inbounds. Very strong quarter for both teams. Collins on the baseline.
Active and aggressive on the defensive end and forced turnovers or tie-ups.
Richardson taking it right to the basket and drawing yet another foul. Puts Richardson on the line.
I think that's some confusion, from Wes Moore too. I thought that foul was on Maddie Hayes, not Saniya.
So now both Hayes and Rivers have 2. James will step back. What a game.
This is how Aziaha James had started the year. I mean, she had 26 against Charlotte, I believe, and 19 in the first half.
Georgia Amore is not available to play, is not playing this afternoon, and Virginia Tech has a tight one against Clemson.
It certainly makes a difference for Virginia Tech not having Georgia Amore on the floor. She has the ball in her hands a lot in that offense, leads the league in assists.
Aziaha James
cannot lose her if you're defending her.
During the break, the officials went back to the monitor, and the foul that originally was called on Saniya Rivers and wasn't is now officially on Rivers. So both Saniya Rivers and River Baldwin have 3 fouls for State. That's a nice slashing move. Collins with a shot clock into single digits. Up and over.
And the ability to have, there's no substitute for experience, right? When you start to understand, you figure it out, you come in for this 5th and 6th years. James gets another 2 in transition. But the game slows down, right? You mature, the game slows down, you figure out your strengths and weaknesses, and it allows you to go to work.
Henslow scores over Collins that time. Yeah, it was a serenading her with that because Jaden Donovan did airball free throw. And that's the band over there and the students. It's a 3 on air. First basket. Reverse. Inside Emsbo. Duke is a team that averages 6 made threes a game. They're 1 for 11 today from distance, but that time they were able to. Zoe Brooks, the freshman. Looked like a freshman pass. And then she makes the play to almost take it away from Donovan, but most importantly, 8 of the final seconds of the third quarter. Duke down 59 to 38.
We asked Wes Moore about Aziaha James because we've covered this team a lot over the last few years, and Aziaha James was a product of the COVID year, players being able to stay, not getting as many minutes as she would have liked, and instead of being impatient and sort of jumping ship, she stayed. And she's developed, and when it's her time, she's been ready and she's answered the call.
It's refreshing to see because in this day and age with the transfer portal, a lot of players are leaving if they're not getting the playing time they think they should, and that's a terrific finish for Mayer. And he likes to get them into the system and understanding what he wants to do.
Well, there's a trust that's built with experience and Wes Moore's trust.
Still in the top 10. Beat Florida State in overtime, and we mentioned they lost 2 of the last 3 games. One of them was to Virginia Tech on that incredibly well-executed play as Brown gets the bucket.
Liz Kitley able to knock down that shot with 0.2 seconds remaining.
A perfect pass from Taylor King, a great screen by Georgia Amore, and no River Baldwin, no big body in there to check Kitley. I still would have put somebody on the ball passing it over.
Yes, and I'm sure that's something that Wes Moore is
Outscoring Duke by 10 in the first quarter. Maddie has won it 2. First time that we've seen her in the game. Or now playing in Bologna, Italy. Oh, that was a lot of contact. Count it. Does not get the three-point play. James.
But stays patient, comes back to the right hand and able to finish in the paint.
James has now tied her career high of 26 points that she got in the season opener against Charlotte. Good defense to shut off Economo, but she made a terrific read into Kennedy.
They're going to find their way. It's their defensive energy and execution has been the difference.
Cox was unable to convert on the baseline. All the fans here wanted a carry. They didn't get it. And then the subsequent three, he credits his fan base. He said especially how, a rival like Duke, games are tight down the end. He hopes they can draw off the energy. But right now it's Duke who's trying to make a game out of this. They've outscored NC State by 8 here in the fourth quarter.
Well, Wes Moore mentioned it. In a close game, there's another foul, a three-point shot by...
Fourth foul on Reagan Richardson made it really loud when the crowd gets going. And Aziaha James. Saniya Rivers had 33 against UConn earlier. And it's been a while since State has had 2 players with 30-point games in the same season. And Brooks just 2 points. James for a 30-piece just off the rim. Donovan attacks, slices between 2 defenders. Shot clock into single digits now for Rivers. Elevates. Still can't get one to go. Collins on the follow is fouled. See highlights and analysis of every women's game. You only find in one place in the ACC network. It is ESPN app.
But NC State's defense has been really good all season long as well. They lead the league in defensive field goal percentage. And they've held all but 3 opponents under 67.
Just 3:10 left to go. With the press. James kicking it out, and now they're going to take some time off the clock.
See the switch, yep. There you got the mismatch.
Couldn't get it to James. Brooks penetrates. Barry Brooks was just called to her 3rd foul for State. Brown has been aggressive on the offensive end. That was wide to the left. These 2 teams will meet in Durham in the 3rd to the last regular season game on the 25th of February. Rivers up under, fouled by Brown. Rivers at the line for transferring to Duke. Rivers, another steal. And then wisely pulls it out. Rivers with 6 steals to go along with her 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 9 points. A very healthy line for the junior from Wilmington, North Carolina. As we approach a minute to go.
The shot fake Pam, get him every time. She's been shooting it well from the 3. It's so subtle. Not enough players use it. But just get them off balance, get to your spot, knock another one down. Have yourself a day, Aziaha James.
33 points for James. As Duke counters with a shot from Mayer, who has 8. And now a tied ball on this end. One of the freshmen. Jackson's three-pointer a little bit too strong. At NC State and Florida State all in a row.
This league, it's a gauntlet, and both these coaches talked about it.
And Collins with the out-and-out stuff. And that'll get the sold-out crowd on their feet. They get ready to go outside in the bitter cold here in Raleigh. River Baldwin cheering her first game back after missing 3 with a bad ankle. Not a particularly gorgeous fourth quarter, but they will take certainly this win. Rivers was great all across the board. Aziaha James with a new career high in scoring. And State takes it by 15.
Big time bounce back for this ball club. Go on the road, a disappointing loss. We heard it in Wes Moore's voice when he talked to us about it. And bounce back time, and that's what you do. You come back home in front of a sold out crowd and you make a statement.